And welcome along and welcome back to Purbeck Valley. We have a few things to do on the farm today, starting with the class tractor. We need to get that inspected. It is due its inspection today, so I've got the inspection pallet back at the farm and we'll just jump into it quickly. Control J will bring up our advanced repair screen, and we want to start an inspection here. So this is going to be out of action for an hour, but that's absolutely fine. So yes, that's great. And with that going on, we're going to be jumping in the Vultra because we need to go and sell some milk. Our cows have been diligently producing while we've been through the harvest, and they are now ready. Well, they've now got us a trailer full of milk. We also have some good news down at the cows. We got our first calves, which is great. So our cow herd has doubled in size. That does mean we're going to end up having to feed them more, and the feed is going down quicker now as a result. So we need to stay on top of the grass. And now we're going to do a cut of grass next month. I think we're going to do some silage in that cut, so we'll go through all that. But it should be a fairly good cut and go fairly well for us. Let's refill this then, and there is just over 8,000 liters in here, so we're going to take a full tank. And the best place to take this today would seem to be the fisherman, so just around the corner. And in fact, looking at this, we are better than best price by a good 20 to 30. In fact, yeah, that's 29 pound 1,000 liters. So this is the best price for us to sell. This is going to be perfect. It's going to give us a really good fresh injection of cash, and I think we might be able to do something new on the farm today as a result, because we have lots of slurry as well. So this is the fisherman just here. We've done a lot of selling at this sell point. This is the fisherman. Yeah, this is the fisherman. So this is where we want to be selling. Let's unload the milk, see how much money we make. And that is 11,193 with an extra 826. So in fact, £1,200 of that 15,000. No, not 1,200, £12,000 of that 15,000 in total. Now we are looking a lot more healthy on the farm. It looks like things are growing nicely. So with the milk done, we're gonna detach this, and we're gonna head down to the shop now because we've got a fair amount of slurry. I think we've got 82,000 liters of slurry available here at the cows, and we might as well use that across all of our fields. Our grass could do with it, our main fields could do with it, so we need to go and grab a slurry spreader. And I think we've got a few options for a slurry spreader down here at the shop. Let's pop in. We'll also check the sales again and see what's available. So the sale, again, we still got those bale spikes in here. Otherwise, not really anything. We could grab another servicing pallet. That might be useful. And at 260, that's not a bad thing. It would mean that we could move a couple around and not worry too much about it. But I think we're all right for that at the moment. So let's check out what our options are for slurry tankers. There's quite a few bits. We have got in here pumps and hoses pack, and we could try using that. We've got 72,000. It's 72,000 for the main tank. Plus, oh, it's actually a little bit out of our price range at the moment. So really, we've got the choice between this Joskin tanker here and this Marshall tank. This one holds 3,500 liters, and this one holds 8,000. I think we're going to go with the Marshall. We're going to have to refill a lot less if we use this. So if we open this up, we'll have a look. We got Michelin tires we'll put on it. Decals, new, old. I think I'm going to go with the new decals. Won't worry about the warning triangle. We'll keep it standard color, standard design color, and standard rim color. No number plate on this, so we can't add anything to it. So let's just lease that. Yes. And that's only going to cost 739 for us to lease. And, oh, actually, while we've got the money, let's fix a problem we've had with this tractor for a while now. And I'm going to add a front 3-point. It's automatically added it for me, actually. So I've got to be very careful about the other settings on here. Everything else seems to be good. I can't see any other issues. Yeah, we've still got the GPS on. We're not using the Isaria at the moment. Everything else seems to be good. So that is no extra cash for a front 3-point. Wow. The shop seems to be giving us a nice bonus. So let's customize that. Yes. Okay. And yeah, we've been given the front 3-point for 3. That's really weird. But I'm not going to complain if the shop wants to give us a front 3-point for the tractor. I think we've worked for it. Let's get this then mounted on the back. And we'll head back to the cows and get it filled up with some slurry. And we can start getting our fields spread with that. Meanwhile, the inspection is complete on the class. 3 more damages have been found, so we're up to a total of 5 on it. So we're going to have to get it repairing. I think it's great that we got the 3-point on the front of the Valtra, because this might be out of action for a couple of days. Although it's very possible that it won't be, but I'm thinking that we might have to do our mower setup and everything on the Valtra. The Valtra does have the power to do it, thankfully. But yeah, we tend to get that job done with this. And we're going to hook this back up to our mulcher and set this going on our second canola field today. So that will then all be done. And with any luck, we will have both fields mulched and a good spread of slurry on them before the end of today, and then we'll be able to go into November with this tractor repaired and us ready to do some silage bale collection, because we want to get one more cut before the end of the year. So we'll bring this into the field here, line ourselves up so that we finish roughly at the end of the field. So about here-ish is where we want to end up. Let's define a course. And same settings as we did for the last one. Just makes it really easy. Generate the course. And that took no time at all and should be fairly easy. So we will close this and head up to the corner of the field to get it started. I want to unfold this. I always like to unfold the equipment before I start it going. It just means it starts going that little bit easier. And then we'll bring it round to here. And away it goes. And we can start going and getting some other bits going. Oh, stop that, actually. Need to do more than unfold. This is why I like to unfold it. Because it doesn't tend to get going. But I didn't put it down, and as a result, that didn't start mulching then. So we'll get it actually in a position where it's mulching and then start it. And now it's going as it should. And yeah, we've got it mulching. Slurry spreader is full of slurry. So let's head up, and we're going to go and do the other canola field first. Get that done. That should be fairly easy for us to do today and keep us pretty busy. I'm happy with everything, how it's going on the farm. Things feel a lot smoother now. And it's just a case now of keeping an eye on that shop and making sure that when things turn up that we need, that we can get them. I'm of two minds exactly what to plant on the farm this year. And so I'm going to put this to you guys. What do you think we should be planting this year? Do you think we should go with sunflowers or sorghum? Sorghum we could easily do now. We do have the header, but I'm tempted to return the header and not be having it leased all over the winter anyway. So we would have a choice of new header next year. Or we could do sunflowers on here again, have that rotation, and get a lot of money. We made a lot of money off the sunflowers last year. So let us know in the comments, what do you think we should do? Whether we should go with the sunflowers or whether we should go with the sorghum. Both will need planting in the new year. So yeah, let us know. And when we come to plant it, we will go with what you guys suggest. I'm really pleased I went with this slurry tank. It's managed to do a full run up and back down the field. And if we'd gone for that smaller one, which was half the capacity, in fact, under half the capacity, we'd be making a lot more trips today. So very happy with this. This is great. And it's a nice short trip back to our cow pen or our cow barn in order to get this done and picked up. So we'll bring this in here, get this refilled. And while that's refilling, we'll have a quick look. Yeah, we've got 70,000 litres of slurry left. So we had just over 80 when we started today. So that is really good. And yeah, we got 2-month-old cows or 2-month-old calves, which is really great. 11%. So yeah, we should have another set of cows fully producing milk by the end of the year and doubling our milk production as well. As I said a little while ago, things are going much more smoothly around the farm. It's just great news and great to see. We should get the solar panels in after we have sold the canola this year. So that will start sorting our regular money troubles out. And after that, we are absolutely sailing. It's just a case of raising the money to keep the equipment coming, and we're looking good. Back for another load of slurry, and I do slightly worry about whether we got enough to do both of these fields. We will get as much done as we can, and it might be that we generate enough extra slurry over the winter to finish off whichever field we don't get fully done. But at the moment, we're on our third load for this field, and we've not got into the smaller sections at the edge. We've only been doing the long section at the end. I think about half our slurry is likely to go on this field. So if that's the case, the other field we've got is slightly larger, and as a result, I think we might not quite have enough to get the second arable field done. But we'll keep going. We'll see how we do. Certainly we're going to get this one covered. Of that I've had no doubt. And yeah, it's just really, really good to see us put this to good use and to save ourselves a load of money. Because at the end of the day, we are not going to have to put quite so much fertilizer on here, or possibly any at all, depending on exactly which crop we plant. Thankfully, this tank was enough to finish up this end of the field. I'm going to go and refill it so that we're fully topped up, and we'll head down the other end of the field, get the section up there finished off, and then we will be able... Ooh, I've overshot. We'll be able to go and get the second field started as soon as it's been finished mulching. I'm just trying to see where our tractor is. It doesn't look like it's as far as I would hope it is. Okay, so our mulcher is not doing too bad. It's got itself to about halfway through the field. It does seem to be taking its time today doing it. I really want to do the slurry after the mulching. That way it all works together to increase the level of nitrogen. but it looks like the class is going to take a little while to get this done. Thankfully, the one thing we do have right now is time, and so if we're not planting until the new year, we can very easily get the slurry spread on our other field later. Getting it on, getting this field done today does get this field prepared and get us sorted up here. I'm very tempted actually to, well, I'm very tempted to do 2 crops on here, but to be perfectly honest, I don't want to complicate things too much. A single crop setup is working very nicely for us on here at the moment, and I don't really want to upset that. I think if we had a load more fields, then absolutely I would probably go to multi-crop. In fact, the area that I really want to purchase and that I really want to get myself set up for is the fields just the other side of here. Everything here connects to our farm. We'd probably end up putting a road out of the yard somewhere so that we can easily get to the other fields behind us here. And yeah, I'd really like to get to that bit and do those and add those to our farm. I have a feeling they are well out of our price range and are likely to be for a while. Maybe in a year or so we might be good, but yeah, we've got this road out here. Field is done. But yeah, these fields here, this is what I would like to add to the farm. It's field 33, 31, 30, and I think 34, plus the woodlands at the end. Would all be an excellent addition. If I could cut the trees down here, we might be able to then create a roadway around the back of the sheds and through here. I think it would take a rework of the farm. The alternative is to put a roadway in down the side of this field here, which, to be honest, there is the space to do. And that would give us access from our farm as well. Our biggest problem, though, is the price. If we see it here, so it doesn't include the woodland, but just that area there is 500,000, and we are nowhere near that. It's 147,000 for the woodland, but yeah, I really want field or ID 18, field land, farmland 18 to add to the farm, but we're gonna need 500,000 to do it. So I'm not sure we're going to reach that in this series. I think instead it's very likely that that's where we want to end up, although at the moment that's not something we can do. So I'm going to park the slurry spreader up here. We can't use it anymore today for now, not until that field has finished being mulched. So we might try and set up a hired worker going with this tractor and the slurry spreader next time. Maybe we see if we can get it to take from here. There is a setting that will allow us to do it, so I think that will be a really good maneuver. Let's have a look at our cows. Yeah, unfortunately you can't visibly see calves in Farm Sim. I would love for that to be an update in the next version of this game, that if you've got half your cows are calves, then half the cows in here appear as calves. Would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, do it on a percentage basis, because quite often you don't see every single cow that you have in a shed. We have, well, they're down a little bit on their food, so I think we're gonna try and put another 25,000 liters in, and that should be a couple of loads from our trailer. So we can get that in while we're here, and make that make it so that we don't have to worry about the cows for a while. And we've got 591 liters in here, so we'll empty that out, and that will go and give us a fresh trailer when feeding them. Let's hook everything up. Yeah, and empty that out, and once that's emptied, we'll go and grab some more. And we're going to need our front loader tractor for this. So this tractor, I think, is going to need inspecting and repairing over the winter. So that's not too bad. 3 months time. Yeah, that will be over the winter, over December. So we'll be able to get that in there, and that will be post selling off of the canola as well. It'll probably be about around the time that we sell off the canola, which is fantastic news. We'll be able to get this and continue to keep this running. I think our Vulture is probably going to be around the same time, so we'll get the Vulture repaired at that point as well. It's going to be not too bad end of the year then, I think. We're looking pretty nice. I do need to fix the hump in this yard. We might try and do that today. It shouldn't take too much to smooth that out, but that is just one of the most annoying things around here. It's exactly how I'm going to fix it. I think we might slope down after the shed and just make it a little bit smoother. I'm also considering just raising up the ground at this end. You can see here that there are these little ramps into the cow shed. So my thought is to raise the ground level on up to the top of these ramps, and just smooth down to that as well. I think that will create a much smoother setup for this whole area. So we'll give that a go. We'll see if that works and go from there. We got 2 hay bales here, so we'll grab those. And I've found the most effective way to feed the cows on here with this setup is to put 2 silage bales in and then 2 hay bales, because there is more hay in the hay bales. And that then means that as you empty it, you actually empty more because you're mixing as you go. So we'll pull this in. We'll turn it on so that the mixing is nice and efficient, and we'll empty it out. And yeah, we should get almost everything that we want to put in here in this one go. 2 hay bales have gone in. The mix is still good. And yeah, we are well within our tolerances. I am very, very happy with this. Our whole setup on here just works so well now. Last of the TMR. And yeah, that's looking pretty full. And carefully back it out. I think that is all we're going to need to do today. I think we got about 15,000 litres in there. Yeah, we did. We're back up to 45,000. They're looking good. So we'll leave the cows for now. And I'm going to go and check on our mulcher before we have a look at this yard and see what we can do about sorting it and making it a better place to work. Our mulcher is doing fairly well. It's about 3/4 of the way through the field. It will get this done today, so we can just leave this going. I think we will get the slurry spread on here while we're using this tractor to mow next time, so that will be good. And we should be able to get the needed repairs done on this tractor before we need it for the mowing as well, I think. Right, so let's take a look at this yard and give it a quick rebuild. First things first, I want to get the level of the ground raised to the top of this. So we'll just gonna lift this up here and raise this bit here until we get a nice even amount across here. And if I do it actually across this one, that should do things rather nicely. And then we want to smooth it from this point out to here like that. And yeah, if we take it from the point closest to the actual shed, that then will even things out across here. We need to be careful because, yeah, that seems a bit high on that bit there and a bit low on that bit there. Then I'm going to smooth everything. Ah, this is where it becomes an interesting task in getting all this done. Increase the size of that, and then everything. Yeah, you see, that's a little bit high. And this means that we then want to bring up this area here to match it as well. But I think that's actually lowering it. So we don't want to do that too much. And we want to bring this level up over here as well. So that it's all out there. And then we need to smooth this all the way here. And the best way to do that is to make that my high point. And to go from there to there like that. And we do that all the way along here to bring it up. Now, the slope tool, I absolutely love that. That is just so useful. You can see then we have a dip over here. So I'm just going to fill that in. We're going to bring all of this up to the same height. And that will sort all of that out as well. And then I'm going to do just a little bit of smoothing along here just to try and level the last few bits out and just make it a little bit less of a slope or a little bit less extreme. And look at that. That is a much, much nicer setup now that we have here. We've got a little bit of work to do around here, so I'm just going to take that towards the edge. As we seem to have a bit of a gully here. But in general, that slopes so much nicer and is going to be a lot easier to work with when we need to work this area. Mulcher has nearly made it to the end of the field. We're just riding with it at the moment. The rain has started to fall just as it's going around this last headland. So the mud is going to start getting deeper any moment. Thankfully, we've just got this last little bit to do. So once that's done, this tractor will be finished on this field for the day. In fact, let's take control and do the last little section. Make it much easier because it is struggling to reverse this a little bit. Put the mulcher deck back down. And then we can get this moving forwards. But yeah, looks like the day is going to come to a slightly early end. We cannot get any slurry on the ground here, and we can't really do anything else. There's no other jobs to do today. We are going to be getting the grass cut again next time. We're going to be doing a load of silage bales because it's the end of the year. The hay won't dry too easily anyway. So much better for us to get some hay done. And, much better for us to get some silage done and increase the amount of silage we've got. In fact, we'll probably end up selling off some of it because we still have an entire snake full of silage bales for us to use with our cows. What I want to do here, though, I think we'll return this, actually. We'll get this mulcher returned. We've got no use for it for another year, so it makes no sense to be holding on to something that will cost us money. So we'll park this in the yard, and they can come and collect it. Meanwhile, I want to get this tractor repaired. 5 damages on it is going to start causing us trouble, and we don't want to have to inspect it again to clear off any more. Back this into the shed here, and I hope I've left enough space in front of the Vulture here to get this tractor in, because yeah, we're good. So we'll park this here, we'll turn the engine off, and we'll go and get the damages repaired. So 5 damages is going to take it out of action till 3 o'clock tomorrow, but we're going to jump forward to the next month. So this tractor should be all ready to go. So let's repair that. It's going to cost us 3,445, yes. But our class tractor will be ready to cut some grass when we need it. And that is where we're going to leave it for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.